to the Jay Graves Report, College Football Weekly Preview, Week 12. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Previewing the top 5 ball games of the weekend, so let's get right to it. Let's go straight to the SEC. Florida goes to number 10, South Carolina. Now, South Carolina is done right now because they playing catch-up. They can't afford to lose any more ball games, and they need both Georgia and Mizzou to lose so that they can get into the SEC title game. Now, my man Connor Shaw got these boys rolling. He comes into this ball game with more than 1,600 yards and 18 touchdowns. Now, they're looking to beat Florida for the 3rd time in 4 years. Now, Florida is coming in dub. They coming in 4-5. Came in at the beginning of the season. I told you boys when they were in the top 10 at the beginning of the season that Florida was dub because they had crazy defense and no offense. Jeff Driscoll ended up getting hurt. He wasn't the real deal. I told y'all that at the beginning of the season. Pulled the tape. Then they brought in a young stud named Tyler Murphy. Now Tyler Murphy is the real deal. But he can't stay on his feet, bruh. He been on his back. Last weekend, these guys got the brakes beat off of him by Vandy. He got sacked 5 times. Now this week, he got a sore shoulder. May not even play. They gonna be dub. We let's not even talk about Florida anymore. I don't want to get any more tweets, any more comments about Florida, because Florida, they about to Ron Zook and Lane Kiffin is done and get him out of here. He keep losing ball game. Let's move on to the next ball game. Let's go out to the Pac-12. Number 4, Stanford goes to the Coliseum to play USC. Now, Stanford comes in this ball game. They've already beaten these 5 straight times. That's a problem. Now, USC, since they Lane Kiffin, Lane Kiffin, they won the last 3 in a row and 4 out of 5. My man Ed Orgeron got these boys rolling. Is it going to be enough to beat Stanford? I doubt it very seriously, bro. Because I'm going to tell you, Stanford comes off of a huge win last weekend when they broke down the Parliament Funkadelic. They got out there and ran the 3-4 defense, got crazy physical with him, and shut him down. I think they can do the same thing against the USC Trojans. These boys, USC got crazy talent, but they don't have the coaching nor the discipline that these boys over here at Stanford got. Here's the only problem I got with Stanford. You got to get the dun out of the tree costume, bruh. How do you have a mascot that's a tree? Come on, bruh. I mean, go out and find you a squirrel, a rabbit, a lion, a snake, a leprechaun. You gotta find something, bruh. But a dun in a tree costume? And who's the guy in the tree costume? How do you tell Big Mama that you in school and you the dun in the tree costume? Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, number 12, Oklahoma State down in the Big 12 goes to number 24, Texas. Now, Texas started the season off dub. They was 0-2, got out there, got the brakes beat off them by BYU, couple other dubs. Now, they've come back, won 6 in a row, beat the brakes off of Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl this year. I mean, just crazy. Mac Brown has turned the program around. Here's the problem with Texas. Texas comes into this ball game with crazy injuries. Their top running back, Jonathan Gray, out with an Achilles tear. Then you got Chris Whaley, starting defensive tackle, out with a knee injury. I don't know how they're going to get through this ball game, but they playing at the crib in Austin against Oklahoma State. Here's the problem. Oklahoma State can put up crazy points. I got to go with Oklahoma State winning this ball game. Let's move on to the next ball game. Texas Tech goes to number 5, Baylor. Now, Baylor comes into this ball game 8-0. Comes off of a huge win over Oklahoma last weekend. Beat the brakes off of my Sooners 41-12. Here's the problem. This is a trap game for Baylor. Why? Because Baylor is in a stratosphere they've never been in. The lights and cameras about to get too bright. Here's the deal. You got ESPN all over campus. You got to remember, Baylor was the Duns that didn't win a game in the Big 12 for years. Now, they'd have been the doormat of the Big 12 for years. Now, all of a sudden, they 8-0. Everybody talking about them. They on television. You got cameras everywhere. And here's the most important thing that boys not thinking about. They dating women they never would have had a chance to date if they wasn't 8-0, bruh. You got Duns on campus, never had a 10. Now all of a sudden, they got a 10 this week. They tell them how fine they are, how good they look. They just want some tickets to the game, bruh. But when you 18 years old, you don't know any better, so you falling for it. Here's the problem. By Friday, they ain't absorbed no game plan because they thinking about the women. They thinking about all the hype and the pub they've been getting all week. It's a trap game. But here's the problem. Texas Tech is dug. Texas Tech went out there last weekend, got the brakes blown off of them against Kansas State, got beat 49-26, gave up 291 yards on the ground. Baylor averages 295 on the ground. So, even though it's a trap game, even though these Duns gonna be dug because they've been hanging out with women they can't handle all week, they still can come out and beat Texas Tech. But look for Baylor to go down before the season's over, because if they win this game, they're going to start dating 12s, and now they're going to be in trouble. Let's move on to the next ball game. Let's go down to the SEC. Number 25, Georgia. Mark Rich, Georgia, I might add, goes to number 7, Auburn. Now, Auburn didn't win a game in the SEC last year. Right now, these boys are 9-1. Rolling. Georgia is Mark Rick's Georgia. Last time Georgia showed up at Jordan Air Stadium, they beat the brakes off of Auburn 38-0. Well, it's going to be a problem this weekend because now you got a new sheriff in town named Nick Marshall. Now, here's the deal. Nick Marshall is the quarterback at Auburn. Junior college transfer from Garden City Community College. He used to play for the Georgia Bulldogs in 2011, was a defensive back. Now he's playing for Auburn, so it's personal. They get ready to beat the brakes off of the Georgia Bulldogs and old dumb Mark Rick. It's your man Jay Graves Report from the JayGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport so you can holler at your boy.